Good morning, everyone. CM here, and I promised a few people that I would make a little video about what I believe is the necessary the shining attributes that a fighter should have. And because this is about knives and the original post was in reference to evolution of my EDC fixed blades. Now, for that reason, this beautiful motherfucker right here is not going to be spoken about because this is not an EDC knife. This is a welcome, unwelcome guests knife where it's placed. So this is about knives that I have carried. First, we're going to start with the oldest of all this bunch in my collection. This is my grandfather's combat knife. It was handed down to me when he passed away. Cattaraugus Quartermaster. It was missing the meat tenderizer butt. I had no idea it was missing, but it didn't have it. So it was in beat up condition. I ground some of the belly out of it, reprofiled it, made a new stacked leather washer handle, all that. I actually carried this for quite a while back when I was married. In a leather sheath, I believe. My first criteria is blade length. The reason why I got rid of the Marfione Tanto besides sharpening was it was a almost just about a 5-inch blade, and that is about the minimum you need for a fighter, because the goal is to be able to reach the Kool-Aid at the bottom of the peanut butter jar, if you guys catch my drift. And especially during winter, you know, you've got a lot of clothing layers, at least in my area. You need something that can reach important parts, and not laying. And I'm not leaving anything to chances in flesh compression or any of that shit. You know, you need depth. So yeah, length. Then length on the handle. You want about enough for, I would say, a 5-finger, just a little more than a 5-finger hand. I mean, like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like if we had 6 fingers, yeah. You want a little bit of handle protruding from, after your 6th finger has wrapped around there. So, that equates on most of my knives to about a 5-inch grip. On this one, it's a little smaller. But a lot of it also has to do with proportion. You know, is it pleasing to the eye? Well, that's discouraged me from buying a lot of knives that are, in their own right, very effective fighters. Also, balance. This is is a stick tang knife, so they had to actually add these things to give it better balance. But I also removed a lot of the blade and thinning it out and taking the belly out. So the balance on this one is off, but it's still close to where I want it, which is right at the finger choil. And on a larger knife, right at the guard. And on a larger knife, like that big one over there, a little bit forward of the guard. Okay, so we got that one covered. No shit. Well, I guess it's too late to re-roll that one. I'm all like trying to stab it lightly because I don't want to fuck my table up too much, but I want to be like dramatically, what's it called? Making my point. Well, CM fail. Right, Dr. Bob? Right? Yeah. Okay, so next one, the TK Steingas. This is probably the favorite that I have in my collection next to this guy. The point of balance is right here, like the leading edge of the guard. Like this part right there, the leading edge of it. Yeah. This is CPM 3V, 200 thousandths thick. That one is 1095, and I believe that one's closer to like 160 thousandths thick. I haven't mic'd it in a while. Okay, sub-hilt. That is very cool. They don't always have to have a sub-hilt, but at least a pinky hook, that helps a lot. Or, like in the case of this one, the finger choil, into the grip. Yeah. So, we're getting closer to very close to sweetness right here. I don't really think there is anything that can be improved on this knife, personally. Except for maybe micarta instead of wood, although wood looks great, but micarta, especially canvas micarta, is grippier. That being said, we have the perfect ratio here, in my opinion. 7-inch blade, 7 inches measured to the guard, and a 5-inch handle. This one I reprofiled. It took hours, getting a 20-degree reprofile on this. Okay, something about point. You want a strong point, and that doesn't really conducive to a slicer, but to a fighter and a utility knife, because I do more utility than knife fighting. I don't know about you guys. But yeah, I mean, even as a fucking infantryman, I did more utility than knife fighting, as in like 0 knife fighting and all utility. Yeah, exactly. So I want a point that I can, pry with. You've seen me open metal bottle caps, just stabbing and popping. Yeah, you want to be able to do that with your knife. If anything, for like amazing friends when you're drinking and stuff, But yeah, you want a strong tip. If you're encountering bone, like rib cage, stuff like that, you don't want to snap the tip off your knife. Just go with me on that. I lost my train of thought, but we'll just think that it was something really insightful, okay? This is a full flat grind. So is this. That one is actually a full convex with a secondary bevel. Yeah, you want full tang if possible. I like full tang. I mean, with steel technology as it is now, it's really not something to worry about it, but it makes me feel a little more at ease, peace of mind knowing that I have, this as much steel as possible running the length of this thing. Right? Okay. Yeah, so it really is about peace of mind. Look at that. Look at fucking K-bars for fuck's sake, I mean, how sticky the tang is on that. I mean, it's like a rat tail. Yet it's like one of the most, widely used combat knives in American military modern history. Whatever, it's all in your head. But my head has a lot to do with things, Okay, moving on. This custom from Adam Vigil. 1/4-inch CPM 10V hardened to 62 RC. That one's 60. I forgot what that one is. Probably like, upper mid 50s. This is amazing as far as just how he was able to execute my design. After reading a thread in Practac, yes, I do read stuff there. It talks about the Randall modified combat knife fighting grip, some shit like that. I used a couple extra words that I didn't need to, but it's basically this. You're wrapping your trigger finger around the top guard, and you're holding it in an edge in, like a Pikal saber kind of thing. This can be very nasty. Then, of course, we've got this Jap Wrap grip, which is very hard and provides a very positive grip. And then I asked him to make a Turk's head knot to actually kind of add to a pinky hook effect to it. So there's that. Measurements. Let's see. We have 7 inches actually at the beginning of the guard. So if you want to count that as blade because it's integral, go ahead. It meets my criteria. So that missing 1/2 inch is right here. So we've got basically still a 5-inch handle, 7-inch blade. Just one overlaps a 1/2 inch by the other. This has also been taken to 20 degrees. Also very difficult because it is CPM 10V. Point of balance is right here at the guard. Great in reverse grip. Reverse grip is my number one go-to because of the way that I carry, out of the CM inverted carry rig. So also, once again, we got a thicker tip. Let's see here. Yeah. Then let's take a look at some folders, because there are sometimes you just can't buy, for various social reasons or legal reasons or whatever. What if I'm wearing a trench coat? In California, fixed blades have to be visible. So we've got these. These are the only tactical locking folders I still own at this point, because I have gone, for the most part, traditional. Like, yeah. So, when it comes to a folding fighter, what I want is quick deployment with a wave-like protrusion on the thumb ramp area of the blade to catch the pocket on the draw. Now, it isn't really practical for folder to have a guard unless there's swing guards, and even then, those aren't really something I would bet my life on. But this has the next best thing, a deep finger choil right here for the trigger finger. So you can really white knuckle this thing and have a good deal of faith that your fingers aren't going to go beyond this when you do a hard stab. So with this one, we've got several grip options because of the length of the handle. Reverse grip, saber grip, extended and choked up or choked back. Yeah. Same with the reverse grip. Allows you to make a non-lethal strike with the butt. Either way, Yeah. Because if it's a folder, we don't have the whole blade to handle ratio thing. The 5/7. But this has a 6 and all the way up to the scale, about 6 3/8 of blade length. Total length on this one's 14 inches, if I remember correctly. And then once again, we've got tip strength. There it is. Full flat grind. The only thing I like other than a full flat grind is a well done high hollow. Like this. This is an 8-inch wheel, I believe. This is a Darryl Ralph. Again, we've got something to keep the finger from going any forward on the blade. This thumb ramp pocket catcher guard. This is my Darryl Ralph Alcoholics Anonymous Edition AXD. And on a folding fighter, because I am so used to reverse grip, I always have the pocket clips switched out for left-hand side on the right-hand knife. So yeah. So I hope this answers some questions on what I see, what I think a fighter should be. Steels, I prefer CPMs, but who doesn't? There are people that like the 1095s, the 1084s, the 1080s, the W2s, the Hummones. But those are more eye candy in my opinion. Tool steels and CPM steels are where it's at. This is PSF 27. And these are CTS BD1. Yeah. So I know I haven't covered everything. It would probably be better if I had taken notes, like with talking points. But this video is already like 12 and a half long. So fucking A. That's enough shit out of me. All right, guys. Have a Merry fucking Christmas and stay safe, stay armed, stay alert, stay alive. Hua. God bless. Later.